Hello students, welcome. This is Dr. Mercado with a short lecture over what to expect on your semester payroll project that you're going to be completing on weeks 15 and 16 of the spring 2025 semester. Now this project entails students using an online automated general ledger software system to simulate something that you would be familiar with once you enter the workforce. Okay, so let's see. The use of the automated general ledger software system is designed to simulate real-life scenarios that accountants face daily. So you're going to have hands-on application with a system that is similar to that is used. Now, every system is different. This is just intended to give you a general understanding of what you can be looking at. This allows us for trial and error and integral parts of the learning process, and the use of the software will help bridge the gap between the theoretical concepts and the practical application of what we have learned so far in chapters 1 through 6 of the payroll accounting course. Okay. Now this is a 2-week project. The first week is going to run from April the 28th through May the 4th. In that particular week, we are going to cover the October 9th payroll, which is a tutorial. That tutorial basically sets the ground to teach you a lot of the things that you're going to be applying in the future modules per se, or the future payroll periods. Now, it is important that as you are learning these skills, that you take note of how is it that I do a journal entry, how is it that I do how do I change a payroll, an employee's payroll record, or whatever the case is that you're learning. Okay, take notes because the system will only teach you once. After that, you are expected to know and pick up what is it that you need to do. Okay, so I encourage you to take notes as you are learning. So during week 15, you're going to do the October 9th payroll, which is a tutorial. And then you're going to do October 23, November 6th, November 13th, and November 20th payroll. All of these tasks are worth 75 points. You have the entire week 15 to complete them. These tasks are due on May the 4th at 11 p.m. The following week, we're going to proceed with the same concepts. We're going to continue doing the end of the year payroll for December the 4th, the 14th, and the 18th, along with the end of year activities. And you are going to be guided as to what is it that you need to do for those specific activities on the system. And I'll show you that in a bit. Now, these are the tasks for week 16. You'll have from May the 5th through May the 11th to complete these tasks. Okay, so you have plenty of time. I have allotted enough time the entire week for you to be able to complete the requirements. Okay, now let me get out of here and let me go into Blackboard. Okay, so if you go to Blackboard to your course, whatever the course that you're taking, I have 2 sections. Okay, you're going to go first to week number 15. Okay, if you go to week 15, I have included an appendix. Okay, make sure that you go to the appendix, okay, and read the information provided. I am not going to go through all of this information with you. All of you know how to read. Please read. If you have any questions, please get with me. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what it looks like. Okay, so it's loading. I'm going to start the assignment. Click here to begin. Let's see. Okay, so now it's opening up. Give me a minute. Okay, so now you have the appendix for the project. Okay, now in your textbook, there is a chapter 7, which is a really long payroll project. Okay, that's a manual project that can be done. I don't do the full payroll project. I only want you to get some knowledge in practicing and learning some of these concepts. So I'm not going to torture you doing the entire project. I have selected to do the short version, which is what we're going to be running with. Okay, so the short version provides you with step-by-step instruction, and it's in an automated system. Okay, so I've got the payroll project, the short version on B23. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And it's going to open up the information dealing with the short version of the payroll project. Now, the general ledger assignment entails utilizing an automated general ledger software system to simulate a work environment at Globe Bright Paint Company. As an accounting department employee, you will handle the payroll processing, mimicking how a real company manages its payroll records and transactions using a computerized system. Okay, this online version corresponds to the manual project in Chapter 7. We did not complete it, but you can complete these sections without having to complete the full project. In this assignment, you're going to focus on the last payrolls of October, November, and December, along with the central end of year activities. Okay? It's important to note that the opening balance file is preloaded with the data processed up to the November payroll, October, November, because October is basically the starting point. Okay? Now, your responsibilities include conducting the payroll for the end of the month for November and December, as well as completing the necessary quarterly and annual reports at the end of the year. Okay? To assist you in the initial stages, a tutorial problem is provided. That is the October 9th payroll. That is your tutorial. And it basically simulates the last period of November. This will outline the fundamental principles and processes necessary for payroll transaction using the automated general ledger software system. If a new operational procedure is introduced, additional guidance will be provided. And this is awesome because the system, if it's something that it has never taught you before, it's going to show you how to do it. It's going to run you through how to complete it so you can be able to gain that experience. Okay. The entire project is structured into sections, which I've already outlined, and it's delivered in the learning platform of Cengage. Okay. Each assignment is going to be manually, automatically graded and submitted for review, allowing you to efficiently track your progress. Okay. Please make sure that you keep up with all of the deadlines and read the specific instructions as you complete the assignment. So, please make sure that you read all of this information. They give you a lot of details about the short version of the payroll project. You scoot over and you continue reading the November 20th payroll, the case. A whole bunch of details is given. Okay, you can read it, you can print it, have it handy as you are completing the project. Okay, so this is where you read the information about the short version of the project. Okay, so I'm not going to read this with you. It is your responsibility to do it. All I wanted to do was show you how to get there. Okay, now let's go to the actual project. Let me close this out. Now, there's two sections. One in week 15, I've given you a link, part A, and then one in week 16 is part B. Okay, so on week 16, I'm going to start off with that one. And it's basically, I'm going to go over week 15. Week 16 is the same thing. You just click on the link and it'll take you to the second week's assignment. Okay, but I'm just going to briefly show you how the problem looks like, where to locate the instructions, how to navigate the system, things of those nature. Okay, so let's wait for the assignment to load. Okay, and you don't have to complete your assignment in one sitting. You can start it and then save your work and then resume it later. You have 2 takes on the assignment and I always keep the highest grade. Okay, please make sure that you don't leave your computer inactive for more than 2 weeks. If not, the system will kick you out. Okay, so be careful that you're active on the computer. Okay, so let's start the assignment. Now, the assignment needs to be completed in order. I've got it dated October 9th, 23rd, November 6th, November 13th, and November 20th. It needs to be completed in sequential order. We are going to start off with the tutorial. You're going to open the general ledger problem in a new tab. Okay. Now, when you start, it's going to give you a tour. Please go through the tour. Okay. Don't skip it. Okay, go through the tour. It's welcoming you to the program. If you click next, it will go step by step. There's 20 of these items. It's going to show you step by step what is an assignment panel, okay, how to expand or collapse, the instructions, where are they located, the source documents that you need to refer to, okay, things of those nature. So please make sure that you take the time to review all of this information. Okay, now let's start from the beginning. Okay, so the assignment panel is where you're going to have the instructions. here it tells you ensure that the system date is October 9th. So you need to make sure that the date is October 9th up here. Okay, so you need to just follow the instructions. Okay, so you just go through the instructions and it will tell you what you need to do. Okay, if you want to expand or collapse the bar, just click there. Okay, you can browse through the instructions. Okay, so you can click here right now because we're in the demo. It won't allow me to, but you can click there and it'll take you to the following instructions. The source documents is where you're going to locate the necessary documents or information to complete a specific task. Okay. This is how a source document looks. Okay, it gives you the needed information. It gives you the instructions with the tab with the instructions and the source document that you need to complete a specific task. Okay, so you just continue doing whatever is it that the tutorial tells you to do. Now I think my computer froze here. Okay, here we go. Okay, the calculator, we have a calculator that you can use. You can save your work. Okay, make sure that you're very careful. You save your work. If you're not finished, you submit your work when you're done. Okay, so the submit button, once you submit the button, it is going to submit it for grading. The check is an assignment option that I do give you some check my work, so you can check your work there and see what you did right and what you did wrong, as I do want you to go back and learn how to fix errors. Okay, if you make a mistake, how do you fix it? So you need to figure out how to fix your mistakes. First, identify what you did wrong, and then find a way to fix it, and then get it correct. Okay, that's all about the learning process. There's some additional menu options on the top if you want to go over them. Okay, such as tutorials, and you can ask in the next one, the help button. There you can ask common questions if you're working on a specific item. How do you get there? All of those resources are available for you. Okay, the simulation area is the white area where you're going to be completing your tasks. Okay, the module menu, there's different menu options. These depend on what is it that the specific instruction is asking you to do. It's the area, maybe you're going to have to pull a report, you're going to have to enter payroll. It just depends what you're being asked to do is the different module that you're going to be on. Okay? And you can collapse the menu option, that way it doesn't occupy too much space. The shaded area allows you to identify which module you are currently in or using. And then we've got the top menu. These display the specific items that you can complete within each of the modules, such as in this particular case, you can maintain accounts, vendors, customers, enter journal entries, and create closing entries under this menu option. You can browse through them, review them. Nothing's going to happen if you explore. Okay, I encourage you to do that. Okay, then a window opens once you've selected an item. It opens so you can be able to complete the task that you created. So that is going to happen. A window will populate and then you do whatever is it that you need to do for that task. Okay. Then down here you have a window list that shows you how many windows you have open. And then up here you have your dashboard to review any data in a graph form. In the normal course of the assignment, you may not be instructed to view the dashboard, but it is available in case you do want to explore that area as well. Okay, and then these are some common toggle between panel shortcuts that you can use to toggle between items. Okay, so if you want to toggle between the assignment panel and the simulation area, you do Control F2. If you want to toggle between the assignment panel and the source document, you do Control F3. Or if you want to just move to the Windows button, you can just click Control F9. Okay, so these are just some shortcuts. Okay, once you've done going over the tutorial in detail, you're going to be provided with some general instructions. Make sure that you review all of that information, and then you are ready to begin. Okay, now I am not going to show you how to do items. I'm going to let you explore it because that is the whole point of the system. So you all can learn. And the only way you're going to learn is by trial and error. You're going to go in there and do it. Now, do not be afraid. Okay, so it's here they're just telling you to change the date. I've already verified my date is correct. Okay, so we don't have to do anything here because it's correct. Now, in instruction number 2, it's telling you from the general ledger module, select account list and chart of accounts. The chart of accounts in the simulation includes accounts used in payroll entries and a capital account to balance the account. An actual company would have more than payroll accounts in its chart of accounts. Review the account names and classifications. You will use these accounts in journal entries and they will be used in system-generated payroll entries. So they're asking you from the general ledger menu, okay? And here, if you go here, you toggle over it, it'll tell you this is the banking, this is the general ledger. Or did it appear right now? Let me see, right there. That is the general ledger menu option. So we're going to be there. And then we're going to select account list. And then we're going to select chart of accounts. Okay. And now this is the listing of all of the accounts that I have. My assets, I only have 2. I have a whole bunch of liabilities, capital, and expenses. Okay. And that's all that they're asking us to do in step 2, to review the names and classifications of the chart of accounts. Okay. Now in number 3, they're asking you to edit something. Edit the employee information. Now they're asking you from the payroll module. So now we were at the general ledger. We have to move to the payroll and just toggle. It's the little hand down here. We're going to click the payroll. We're going to select tasks and maintain employees. Okay. Now we're going to scroll to the bottom. Okay. Where it says employee number 180, student, we're going to enter our own name in the field and enter your own name in the employee name field and leave the other fields as is and then save. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select there. And it's going last name first. I'm going to do Mercado, all caps, and then Claudia. Okay. And I've already followed the consistent order of how the rest of your employees are. And then we're going to do save. The employee has been saved. Okay. They told me don't mess with anything else. Just change the name. So as you can see, it guides you. And it will guide you the first time. Any point forward where you need to edit an employee, you need to remember to go to General Ledger, Tasks, and then Maintain Employees. Okay? So that's why I ask that you take notes as you do these tasks. Now, let me see. Verify the name change. Okay, so that one doesn't require. Okay, now this one, instruction 5, and I'm just trying to locate things that I can show you. Okay, it says enter the payroll transactions for October the 9th, beginning with check number 672. Refer to the source document. Okay, so they're asking us to refer to the source document to identify which employees are going to be paid this payroll period. We're going to calculate taxes and review for reasonableness. Refer to source document number 3. Okay, so we're going to go to the source document. Okay. So these are basically instructions, and then this is a source document. Okay, this is basically for the first one. They tell you to go to the third one. Okay, so we've got the instructions here, and we've got the instructions here. Refer to the source document. I wish I could close this. Okay, let me see. Turn off. Okay, there we go. So refer to the source document 2. So they're asking us to go to 2. So it says enter the payroll records, select task, and pay employees. And then it teaches you how to do it. Use a plus add to add a new payroll record. Make sure the date is set to a specific date, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Make sure you follow these instructions. This is what you're going to enter. You're going to enter the pay for all of these employees. Okay. So this is where you locate the information to enter it into the system in the source documents down here. Okay. So make sure that you do that. You follow those instructions. Okay. Um, so the system basically tells you what to do, how to enter it. Okay. So we're gonna go here, task, pay employees. Okay. You can keep this open. Okay. And then you follow the instructions. You're gonna add a new employee down here. Add. Okay. You select the employee name. Now the employee names are right here. Okay. This is how many hours Bruno worked. Okay. Everything's provided. Now, you do as it's instructed, because I'm not going to go through the entire task with you. And then it says calculate taxes. If you see down here, we have a button for calculate taxes. When you're done entering all of the information for all of your employees, you save your work. Okay? So you're basically just following what the system instructions are telling you to do. Now, in this particular example, they're going to show you how to enter the information into the payroll system. They will only do that this time. Next time, you are expected to know how to do it. So either print it out or take manual notes, okay? So that is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be completing, I'm going to delete the payroll because I'm not doing any changes, okay? So you're going to follow all of the instructions until you complete all 14 steps, okay? You get the information from the source documents. As you're working, you can check your work and it'll tell you what you've gotten wrong, what you've gotten right, okay? Up here, if you have a question, you can search here the topics. It gives you a rundown by the tasks so you can review it. Okay? So all of this, you're not going to break anything if you go in there. If you need to figure out on the payroll system, for example, the different, if you want to maintain employees, how do you do that? How to pull reports? Excuse me. How to pay employees? It gives you instructions on how to do that here. Okay. So it basically breaks it down for you by category. So you just have to locate what is it that I'm trying to do. Okay. The common tasks, everything is here. So this is an exploration project. You explore this general ledger system and you learn how to complete tasks. Okay. Once you are done with that specific task, you submit. Okay. And it will complete this section of the problem. And then you will go back and you will continue with chapter 23 payroll. You're going to do the next task, set of tasks. Okay. I'm going to skip the tour for now. I'm going to skip this. Okay. Now you have 12 tasks on this payroll project. You go through the 12 tasks. You check your work. You submit. Once you're done, you go to the next task. Okay. So on and so forth. Okay. Every payroll period will have different tasks. If something new is introduced, you will be explained. And if you still don't understand how to do a specific transaction or task that you're being asked to do, select the little question mark up here, and you're going to have a wealth of resources provided. Okay, so you can be able to, what am I trying to do? I'm in the payroll system, and these are the options that I have. Okay, so I hope that you all have fun using this automated Cengage software system that will teach you how to enter information in a computerized payroll environment. Okay, we've done chapters 1 through 6 manually. Now this is a simulation of what you're going to be actually dealing with in the workforce. Okay, so it is intended to help you gain knowledge, explore, and be able to learn on your own based on the instructions given. Okay, apply what you have learned in chapters 1 through 6 in the actual application of the tasks that you need to complete. Okay, a reminder that the assignments are due separately. You have specific tasks for week 15, specific tasks for week 16. In week 16, along with you completing the second part of the project, please ensure that you begin reviewing for your final exam. Okay, so that is basically it. If you have any questions or concerns, do not hesitate to contact me. And I wish you a great rest of your week. And make sure that you do prepare. Your final exam is coming up. It'll be available Monday, May the 12th at 8 a.m. through Wednesday, May the 14th of 2025 at 11 p.m. You will only have 3 days to work on your final, students, so please make sure that you mark your calendars, okay? Weeks 15, 16, semester project, week 17, final exam, okay? So that is just a brief overview of what to expect for these 2 weeks. And that's it. Questions, concerns, look at my syllabus and you'll find my office hours there, and you're more than welcome to contact me during my scheduled office hours for any questions you might be encountering. But do not be, I guess the most important thing in this particular learning experience is not to be afraid to explore new systems. You will not break anything. Okay? You have 2 attempts on the assignment. Use it as a learning tool. Don't just open it up and I don't want to learn anything and I'm not going to understand this. Give it a try. You're going to see how efficient it is to use a system rather than do everything in a manual environment. You click a button, all of the taxes are calculated. A lot of things are very automated, so it's going to allow you the hands-on experience that you need to be able to see how what we've learned in the course applies to an actual work environment. Okay? Wish you a great rest of your week. Until next time, bye-bye.